This will be a tour of our house. This is in Bolivar, Missouri. The address is 1342 East 435th Road, and that's in Bolivar, Missouri. We are in the process of remodeling and preparing to move at the same time. Bit of a mess, not ideal for doing a house tour. We want you to understand what's here so you can see. So you may need to use your imagination to look past the mess and the stacks and the remodeling to see what's really here. I'm going to start in the garage. This is a garage that is definitely a one-car garage. Two small cars could fit in here. Typically people around here are going to have a larger vehicle. You've got an entrance door right there that is opening up to the east. Window right there, and on the other side a window over there. What you see in the corner there is a closet. It's got multiple shelves, and then of course the door. As you can see, this is wider than a one-car garage would be, tight for two, extra space on both sides. Let me swing back slowly here, let you have a feel for what's here. Doorway right here. So that's the 360 of what's in the garage. It is concrete floor, beautiful garage, well finished, finished up all the way, as you can see, sealed in. It's in great shape. There is attic space above the garage. Half of it is easy access, has some flooring down on it so that you can store things there. Half of it is not. Into the kitchen now. Gonna start at the door that opens to the west side, looking out across the lower pasture, and kind of give you a feel first of all of the 360 of the layout, and then talk a little bit about what's here, what's been done, and what's going to be done. So that's the 360.
I could talk about it.
Okay, here comes the lady of the house to explain the kitchen.
So I have no idea how I like it. Can I show them what we're going to do?
Yes.
Okay. So we've got this tall cupboard here, and we were going to build another tall cupboard to match it on the other side. Instead,
we have here what you see.
We just put that there instead of over there. Here we're putting shelves here, open shelves here, here, here. A cabinet goes over those. And that's what we're putting in here. And then we'll be finishing these doorways off. A shelving unit is going into here that will open up for both sides. This will be finished off. This is the laundry room, and we'll have a door going into it, which is sitting right here. We put up shelves in here and here. This will have a folding table. We made this specifically so that the PEX, which comes up and had to go to here, will hook to the folding table, and then we'll have shelves for putting your laundry in.
Now, these are plans that she's, sorry about the lighting at the window and so forth. There we go, that's improving it. She's talking about plans of what we want to do. What you see right now is the as-is condition. Yeah. About this laundry room, we took these walls down to the studs.
I'll let you talk.
Replaced all of the insulation, sealed up to the outside, and then recovered everything. New flooring in, and in fact, the floor from here in the laundry room all the way out, new flooring on top, and halfway out, total new joists. These were older joists from the laundry room out about halfway across the kitchen floor there. New joists had to go in for all the replacements there. The rest of the way, the joists were repaired where they needed to be repaired, improved where they needed improved, cleaned up, so on and so forth. The plumbing from in this part of the house, totally new plumbing. We put in all new PEX, replaced the drain pipes. Everything is brand new. It's PEX. It's in great shape. We've sealed up the basement under the, it's not a basement, it's a crawl space that's under this area here. So it's sealed, it's vapor barriered, and ready to go. Now, a little bit more of the features here in the kitchen. This, I'll let you tell about your sink.
It's a quartz sink, brand new faucet, brand new window, brand new seal. Brand new countertops, they're all natural wood, and you seal them with mineral oil and beeswax. That's all. Dishwasher.
So now into the living room. Front door looking east. Do a bit of a 360 of what you have here.
Sorry, it's a construction zone. So this is where we knocked a wall down. This is holding up this. What we were going to do, what is put a beam across, being held up by two, one thing here and one thing there, so that the beam goes all the way across. It's very affordable to do that.
The ceiling that you see here this was a closet area, so there wasn't a ceiling there. There will be a ceiling added in there. That's part of our plans to have in place eventually. One feature is this fireplace insert with the fans on it. As you can see, a lot of fire going on there, good heat coming out of it.
It's a huge box too, so you can fit great big logs.
The floor here was totally gone. This was in the closet. Not sure how it rotted out and the other didn't, but whatever the situation was, we placed this board in here temporarily until we can do it the way we want to do it. There was a lot more work we planned to do, and this one needs replaced. It's not the right kind of wood, but it's what we had, and it does need replaced as well. Not a lot to say about the hallway. A little bit of a closet here. Now, one thing that I can say about the hallway is there's a little closet here, and then behind it is a closet that's in this bedroom that's here. This could actually be opened up into more hallway to go to the end of the house, and for someone wanting to add on, this could just be a hallway that continues on to a room that's out that direction. So I'll get to that and show that in just a little bit. This is the bathroom. Let me get some lights so we show up a little bit better. Lots of room here. We had planned to extend this counter out so we could actually have two sinks and a larger vanity here. It's a bathtub that's here. A little bit of a closet that's here. It's behind the stuff we have hanging there. So it's a bathroom. Here is the second bedroom slash storage area for us right now. So you have a window looking to the west and a window looking to the north. This closet, when we moved in, did not have doors. What we did was took these two shelves and put the bar across so things could be hung, so there's a little more storage space in this room. This is the only room in the house that's carpeted. We didn't pull it out of here. This carpet had not had as much use and abuse as the other carpets, so we left it. Didn't make sense to get rid of something that was in halfway decent shape. Moving into the master bedroom. This bedroom is fairly good sized. Yeah, 19 by 15 is the dimensions on this bedroom. So let me kind of pan around so you can have a feel for what's here. Closets on this entire wall here. And that is the master bedroom. Next, I'm going to take us outside. This is the front elevation on the house from standing in the front yard. Have the well house right there. We have a couple of raised beds that we've been using. going to show the north end of the house, which, depending on what you want to do, is one of the possible areas that you could expand. There's some challenges, like there always is. This is going to be the north end of the house, which I have as a tree setting here, but it'd be easy enough to drop that tree out of there if you wanted to expand out. And so, like I had mentioned, the closets could be turned into a hallway that would come out like right in here, so you could have a doorway out here and expand out this direction. While I'm out, I want to show a little bit of property-wise what we have. Now, this is a wood shed that we put up, a great place to store the wood that we have for the fireplace. But what I'm looking along here is the driveway. So out at the edge over there where you see the trees behind that pine tree, it's about a quarter mile in, not quite, is the driveway from 435th Road. So it comes along there, all the way back into this part of the property. So you can see back in here. So this field out in here is an upper pasture. It has this five-strand fence around it on three sides. The side that we're on, along the driveway, and then along the street. In the trees, it comes across through the trees, and it's a woven wire fence. This little bit of a ravine area, you've got slopes coming down from the side we're on, the opposite side, and then down the hill this way. So a fair amount of water flows down through there, and it's down in the lower part. It's always damp all the way down into the pond, and I'll walk down to the pond so that we can see the pond and show that to you in just a little bit. But looking a little bit more at the house, the back side of the house, we have some plans for adding more on here, so there's a lot to happen as far as improvements that we wanted to do. Not real important for this video, but it explains a little bit. We've put this insulation along the side here to cut off the airflow. There's a couple of openings into the crawl spaces there, so this has added insulation as well as preventing the airflow. So it's helped the house stay a lot warmer, and also during the summer it's going to help on the cooling possibilities as well. So let me go a little further here and show the back deck that comes out of the door where the kitchen is. See this deck here. And then here we have the propane tank that's owned, so not necessary to rent or purchase one. It's here, ready to be utilized. I'm going to go to the barns now and show you the various barns that are here, so you can have a feel for what's there, and just kind of give you a bit of a walking feel for the layout. This is what we call a little barn. We have this chicken run that's attached to it to keep them in when we want to keep them in. We've primarily free range them. We've not had predator problems during the daytimes, so they've been safe and sound. So once again, just a small barn, a great place for storing things. We've got, I have somebody following me in. We've got a few things just kind of scattered around. It's pretty much turned upside down as with some of what we've been doing, but like I say, great places to store things. And then back here is where the coop area is. You notice there's concrete floor here and most of the barn, and then back here it drops down to the dirt. It's a little bit lower, and it's been a great place for the chickens to run. Not sure you can see it very plainly. Let me show this. Over there is a door for access for cleaning and other purposes, I suppose, that allows you to get a lot done that way. We opened it up. It did have drywall in here for some reason. What we found was, because it was a barn, and people weren't in and out of here. It was a great place for snakes and who knows what to find their way in and habitat. So we've closed all of that off, eliminated the hiding places, so it's a lot better situation. We've put this plastic on these windows. The windows were in really bad shape. This whole side needs to be replaced, unfortunately, due to weather and animals. So it's been an eventual project for us. You notice we have this corral that goes all the way around here. You can see it over there. You got several gates involved in it. So this is an outer corral. It's a great place for controlling animals, separating them, whatever you might do. This is a freeze-proof water trough. It's got this side, and it also has another side over here, pretty much the same thing. It has a float valve in it to keep it full when the level goes down, and then when the temperature drops below 32, the valve turns water on to overflow, and there's an overflow pipe in there, and it runs out into, let me walk close enough so you can see what's happening. You can see it's been cold because there's some water that's running right now. So it comes to this pipe, runs out this pipe, and notice how green it is. Lots of water going on here, but when it's cold it runs the water, so there's a constant flow of water through that water trough, and as a result it never freezes, which is a wonderful, wonderful feature, something we've been very happy with. This is the large barn that's here. Give you kind of a feel for what's going on here. A few different features of it. Let me get onto the inside and show you what we have. This area has been primarily a workshop prior to me, and that's pretty much how I've used it. Large workbench here. Electricity available to it. Notice we do have some lighting going on in here. At one time this was a they used it for dairies. They had dairy cows here, and there's some features that allow it to do that. This is the door that you saw on the outside going into the corral. This goes up into the loft. Let me take you to the loft. So this would be the loft area. It has a door that opens to the outside so that hay can be put in from there if you desire, or fed out to animals in their corral. Let me shut this back down. So this is looking out into the rest of the main part of the barn from here. As you can see, lots of space there, lots of head space. If I had my way, I'd be building a floor up a ways up here, high enough that you could, higher than what the doors are down there at the door height, so that this space up here could be made use of in some way. There's lots of possibilities. We've had several ideas for that. Back down from the loft, this is a gate doorway that opens up into a area that we were keeping goats in. It could be a milking parlor. It could be a place where you keep a large animal. Once again, door that opens up so you can see what's here. This was open in here. I added this feeder and this gate so this can be closed off. And then there's a gate here that goes into another area of the barn. Want to show a little bit more here though. This is the the corral area that is around this part of the barn, and right over there you can see where the trough is that we had talked about before. Give you a feel from the back side of the barn looking up what you see there. Kind of do a little bit of a panorama. If you see the fence over there, you see the T-posts. That's where the 5-strand wire is that goes around, and if you look in closely you can see as it runs, it's out there about 130-140 feet as it goes down that side of the property. But this is another pasture area, a tree grove right there. And let me swing back over here. This tree that you're looking at right there is a black walnut, so lots of walnuts come out of that tree. Panning back around, we're going to go to another part of the barn. Back in that area where we kept the goats and where we said it could be a milking parlor, it has a gate that opens up into what is often called a loafing shed. It's kind of leans off on the east side of the barn. Doorway there that's boarded up that could be used as a doorway, and then a large gate over here. But in an area out of the weather, still open fresh air. We're using it for storage for the most part. But here's the gate that can close on it and shut it in if need be. So a little bit of a open area here. We had wind here the other day that blew things around a bit. I'm gonna have to come out and straighten this up. It's kind of unfortunate. But here we have another loafing shed that's part of this other barn, a little bit older barn, one that was not refurbished here a few years ago when they did the refurbishment on this big barn. But the main structure is quite solid. It's got a good roof on it. Definitely some good opportunity there. Let me walk around and show inside of it. So here we're looking at the inside. You can see from one end to the other there. Let's just see rafter wise what you got. Good construction that's happening here. To give you some idea of sizing of what's here, let me look out down the driveway from the other end. As you can see, that is down the driveway. That large tree leaning out across the driveway is another black walnut tree. Now I'm gonna go out so we can take a look at the lower pasture and the pond area. So back to the back deck, gonna walk down the hill here. Don't think you'll get quite the sense for the slope that's here, but we've been relatively level up by the house, and now this slope drops fairly quickly down to the lower pasture area. So, and that's kind of what I wanted to show, is this lower pasture area to give you a good feel for what's here. So you can see now, I'm going to get up close on this 2-strand hot fence that's here. You see these, got this strand here, this strand there, and this continues all the way around, See over there in the tree line, that's where it goes to, over in there. So great fence for keeping animals in. The pasture is primarily grass. Some of the areas have better grass than others, but there's, like I say, several acres here that's grass. I'm going to walk now over to the lagoon area. This is be able to show you proximity where it sets in regards to the rest of the property. As you noticed, it's fully fenced and protected from large animals and people being able to get into it. And if we pan around, you can see up the corner of the house right there. So I can't share odors on camera, but there's no odors at all here. These are good systems. They work very well for keeping care of the waste. And right now it's this full because of all the rains that have happened. It was not this full until the rains started. The rains tend to fill it up. So, and right now it does need, for this springtime, it is going to need the brush cleared out of here, things that have grown up since last year. Perhaps looking up this, you can get a feel for the slope of the hill coming down here to the pasture. I'm going to go back up this hill now and go over to the area where the pond sits. Amazing. At this point, this is winter. Nothing's been able to grow for a few months. Come spring, there'll be a lot happening here. This, what you're seeing, the construction that's there is what's left from a very old milk house. And the reason they had it down here is because there's a constant ebb of water coming down the hill, and it sets in this little cistern that's here, at least it used to, and it would be deep enough that when they were finished milking, they were able to set the milk canisters in the water and let them cool. So it was very useful for that. See, we got water that's running right now. We haven't had rains for a while, but the water creeping down the hill gets to this point and starts running and then comes into this pond. So that concludes the video tour of the property. This is showing our as-is tour with the property in the condition that it is right now. Over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be doing more work on the house, transforming it from an as-is situation into a finished, ready-to-move-in situation. Obviously, the pricing as-is will be very different from what it becomes as we get the house finished. Sure, this created more questions than it answered. We're here ready to answer any of your questions. Get in touch with us and let us know what they are. Thanks for watching.